Yes, them have the heart of a pagan. The children have the heart of a lion, I know. Evil a move with Satan. Righteous trod in the countenance of the Almighty One. Them have the heart of demons. The children have the heart of a lion, I know. Evil a move with Satan. Righteous walk in the countenance of the Almighty One. Poor people see hostility rising daily.
With that, I want to say shalom to all WPV 88.1 FM listeners. You live in the studio once again, the Let a Hebrew Speak. I'm Priest and General YAHANNA, live in the studio with my two brothers, priests and officers, Kwala Zakarab and Mawa Quad. And today we're going to talk about some history. We're going to bring some history about the Dark Ages and how it's prophesied in the Bible and how the history correlates with the Bible, the whole nine. We're going to bring it all out today. And we have some books in the studio today live that have a lot of issues or a lot of things in them books that's going to show you what was hidden to bring out the truth. You know, the books we have are called icon books. We got one by Kurt Weitzman. We got a Russian icon book by Vladimir Ivanov. We got a book called The Jewish Life in the Middle Ages. And we also got a book called The World of the Bible. And inside these books, they're going to let you know certain things. They're going to let you know things that's been hidden from us for a period of time. First, let me tell you this. From a period of 193 AD to about 1453, Europe was ruled by men of color. That's a historical fact. Don't believe what you see on TV. They really lying on TV. But what you real fact is, from 193 AD, the Crescentius Niger, Septimius Severus, all the way down to Constantine, during the Byzantine Empire and Constantinople, that was ruled by men of color. And during that time they ruled, there was a lot of flourishing going on, a lot of knowledge being given out, a lot of art being given out that has not been duplicated yet. And what you had is in the 14th century, there was something called, the end of the 14th century, close to the 15th century, you had something called the Renaissance era, which means rebirth.
Right.
You understand? Was when Europeans went back across the earth, and now they whitewashed everything in Europe. All you gotta do now is go look and go to any library, you'll find out what Pope was at the time. And he commissioned painters to go across Europe. Leonardo da Vinci or Michelangelo, one of the two, to go across Europe and to whitewash all the paintings of the kings, of Christ and the angels and the 12, from being men of color to being Europeans. That's recorded history. You go to the library and find that out. It ain't really hard. Like, what we saying is not a lie, it's the truth. It's what's going on out here. But we're going to bring out today about the Dark Ages, to let you know that the Dark Ages were men of color ruled in Europe during that time. Alright? I mean, we're going to let you know also, took me in Revelation, the 20th chapter, all this was prophesied in the Bible. Biblical prophecy that came to pass. You understand? Read Revelation 20th chapter, my quad. Revelation 20 verse 1.
Revelation 20 verse 1. And I saw an angel come down from heaven, having the key of the bottomless pit, and a great chain in his hand.
Now he had a key and he had a chain. Picture this. That chain and that key to lock something down. You understand? That chain to tie it up, that key to lock it down. When you lock something down, it can't move no more, right? Like you got it stuck where you wanted to be. Right or wrong? That's what it is. That's what it's talking about. Go ahead.
And he laid hold on the dragon.
He laid hold on what?
On the dragon.
He laid hold on that dragon. Go ahead.
That old serpent.
Go ahead.
Which is the devil.
Uh-huh.
And Satan.
Now it said he laid hold of the dragon, that old serpent, which is the devil and Satan. Now hold this. Give me Revelation 12 and 9. We're going to show you who the devil and the serpent is. When it says devil, it means deceiver. We ain't talking about somebody with red horns. No, get that image out of your mind. The word devil just means somebody's going to deceive you. A serpent is, okay, we're talking about somebody. What do you call people who's a serpent? Like we say it all the time in the neighborhood, yo, that cat's a serpent or he a snake.
Right.
What does it mean? He's real slick.
Right.
Real deceiving, like a snake is slick and deceiving.
Right.
Come at you, you don't even see it coming.
Right.
That's the purpose of a serpent.
Right.
That's what it's talking about. It's not literally talking about a snake.
Right.
But it's talking about somebody who's sneaky, who's slick, who's a deceiver.
Right.
Verses 12 and 9, read.
Revelation chapter 12, verse 9. And that great dragon was cast out.
That great dragon was cast out. When they say cast out, means it was brought down low. That's what it's talking about. Go ahead.
That old serpent.
That old serpent. This same slick person. Go ahead.
Called the devil.
Called the what?
Called the devil.
Meaning deceiver. Somebody who deceives you. Who lies to you. Go ahead.
And Satan.
And Satan. Now go back to Revelations 20 and 2 one more time.
Revelations 20 and 2. And he laid hold on the dragon, that old serpent,
Go ahead.
which is the devil,
Go ahead.
and Satan,
Go ahead.
and bound him 1,000 years.
Now why did the scripture say bound him? Now if it was talking about an actual reptile, it wouldn't say bound him. You understand?
Right.
It said bound him 1,000 years. That 1,000 years is talking about a period of time. Who's him is talking about? Who's the deceiver on the earth? Who's the one that told you that the Dark Ages were not a time when the black people voted over in Europe? Who's the one who changed all the images of Christ and angels from being men of color to being people that look like Europeans?
Right.
There's only one people on earth that did that.
Right.
And that were the so-called Europeans.
Right.
They did it during the Renaissance era. Who is this talking about? It's talking about the Europeans. When it says bound him 1,000 years, meaning a period of time where they're not going to be in power. Now this history. You go right now to any library in Philadelphia and you can find this out. Any library. They bound them 1,000 years, meaning they was out of power for a period of time. You understand? Now, read verse 3.
Verse 3. And cast him into the bottomless pit.
Into the what?
Into the bottomless pit.
Go ahead.
And shut him up.
When it says to shut him up, meaning it was just he was brought down low for a period of time. He wasn't going to be in power. You understand? Like he wasn't going to be in power for this period of time. But who were in power? Brothers were in power over in Europe. Now we need to know this. Like a lot of times people think we came from what they say, what they teach us, Bible quiet, and we come from the jungle.
Right, right.
And didn't know how to be civilized.
Right, right.
And didn't know how to act.
Right.
We had to be taught etiquette and all that. No, that's actually not true. That's not the truth.
Right.
All that is a lie, it's a fable.
Right.
But what you have is that we ruled Europe for a period of time.
Right.
And in that period of time, what's ruling Europe is when Europe flourished the most. It's history. Right. They said if Constantinople would not have fallen when it did, this society now would be way more advanced than what it is now.
That's right.
That's what scholars say about that. And who ruled it? We did. Alright? Now, let's get into some of these books we got here. Let's go into the first book we got. The first book we can go into is called The Icon. All of y'all should be out there trying to get these books and have it in your house. Show your children. Tell them the truth. The Icon. Now, The Icon is a book written by Kurt Weitzman. And what he did, he went and got these icons across Europe. A lot of them was cast off, but they was whitewashed. But a lot of them came back in effect. And they're going to talk about it right here in the book. Go to page 11 out of Icons, Qualitas, and read that for me.
The book called The Icons, page 11.
Go ahead.
Icons existed not only as panel paintings, but also as frescoes
Go ahead.
and wall
Mosaics.
mosaics.
Now, this is what they're talking about. You know how you go into the church, right?
Come on.
And you see them paintings when you go into the church?
Right, right.
How they got them in different colors?
Right.
Well, that started back during the Dark Ages. It ain't just start during the Renaissance era. That started during the time where brothers was rolling over in Europe.
Right.
That's when all that started.
Right.
Those frescoes, those wall mosaics, were started by black men over in Europe. You understand?
Right.
That's what it's talking about. So when you go into the churches today, you see the mosaic signs and all the paintings they got up there. It actually did not start with either this country, you understand, or the Renaissance era, but before then. What you call the Middle Ages, the Dark Ages, when black men ruled Europe. During the Byzantine Empire, during Constantinople. Read.
Some of which have emerged from layers of whitewash.
Some layers of what?
Whitewash.
Now, when you say layers of whitewash, that means you cover something up. You understand? That's what it's talking about. Listen, we got a book also here too. This book is called The Russian Icons, right? And in this book called The Russian Icons, we got a picture of a so-called European changing the actual image of Christ from being a brother to being a European. We're going to show it to you right now. Go to this book right here, Russian Icons. Matter of fact, give me the quasi real fast. Give me the quasi and go to page 202 and that book called The Russian Icons. You understand? You might want to see if you can get it close up on that camera if you can. This painting right here. And what you're going to find out is just the truth. You understand? What you have today as the image of Christ does not match the Bible. It don't match the Torah or the Tanakh. It doesn't. It does not match historical records. But the image we have in the Russian icons, the one they changed from being a man with dark colored skin, a brother, to being a European, you're going to find that dark skinned man does match the Bible. Page 202. Russian icons. You're going to see in that painting of Christ's color being changed. You understand? Being changed. Listen, I got another book. Oh, no, try that. That's the one I want right there. That image right there. That's the image I want right there. That one right there. You understand? You see this guy. Listen, he looked like he might have been one of them priests at the time. He might be one of them Orthodox priests. Change that image. You understand? And let me tell you something. I have another book here, right? And this book here is called The Jewish Life in the Middle Ages. You can drop that one, Quadazado.
Okay.
You can drop that one right there, brother. Drop that one, and I want you to go to Jewish Life in the Middle Ages, right? Then I got the book marked up right here. All right, you can go to section 322 right there. And you're going to see an image of Israelite girls dancing. Now, what do you see in that image? You look at these girls up here and they dancing, right? You can see the paintings on them, right? And in these paintings, you see the images of brown-skinned people. But you can see also a whitewashing on them also too, can't you? So where the whitewashing is starting to come off of them now. So, you know, trying to fade off their skin. You can tell that painting was whitewashed. You understand that? You can tell that. Why? Let me tell you something. You so-called black, Hispanic, Native Indian, you are part of the 12 tribes of the nation of Israel. You are God's chosen people. You are holy and royal seed according to the Lord.
That's right.
You understand that?
Right.
And your heritage has been taken from you. Now it's time for you to get it back. Now it's time to do proper research. You understand? All right, you can drop that book for right now because you're coming back to that book and to the Russian icons and to the icon book to bring out more on this whole thing here. You understand? To bring out more on it now. Let me say something to you. How many of y'all know about Constantine? How many of y'all know about Constantine? A lot of Christians should know about Constantine. Because Constantine was the one, the history of Constantine. Before Constantine, Israelites was living in catacombs under Rome. Right? Now, they was hiding because upon sight they was being persecuted. They were the gladiators in the arena, the gladiators in the arenas. They were being killed on sight through certain Roman Caesars at the time, like Nero and all of them. Check the history out. But Constantine's mother, she started to believe in what Israelites were teaching.
Right.
And so she taught her son Constantine and got him into it. Somewhat, not all the way, because he didn't really convert to it all the way. But he still believed in Apollo, the sun god. That's where you get Sunday's worship from, Apollo, the sun god. But Constantine brought the Israelites from underneath the catacombs and told everybody, we're going to suffer this Israelite doctrine of faith. But what he did, he incorporated a lot of paganism into the Israelite faith. You understand? But here's the big key. What did Constantine look like? Because if you leave it to history now, right? And what they say now, they're gonna tell you that Constantine looked like a European. Right or wrong?
Right.
That's what they're gonna tell you. That's what I learned.
Right.
But now we got records. I told you we pull out archaeology on you in SKYPE now. We're not just gonna say anything, we're gonna back it up. Go back to that book, Officer Quadazad, that says the icons. Go to page 407. Real fast. I'm gonna get a close up on this too, Mama Quad. Page 407. And what you're gonna find, you're gonna see Constantine and his mother Helena. And they're gonna show you what Constantine looked like. You understand? Let me ask everybody out here a question. How do you know what George Washington looked like? You understand? Teddy Roosevelt. All the great men of this land of America that's of European descent. How do you know they look like? Somebody drew a painting of them, right? Well, somebody also drew a painting of Constantine. And it's what you're seeing right now. Constantine looked just like me and you. You understand? He was a brother. Now, he was without the truth. But nonetheless, he still was a brother. You understand? And listen, we're going to take a quick break. We're going to come back with some more. But I got more in there. I got more of this regular Israelites. I got information on Israelites.
Yes, them have the heart of a pagan. The children have the heart of a lion, I know. Evil a move with Satan. Righteous trod in the countenance of the Almighty One. Them have the heart of demons. The children have the heart of a lion, I know. Evil a move with Satan. Righteous walk in the countenance of the Almighty One. Poor people see hostility rising daily. Ignorant multiply brutality. I see that they run gone left mommy. Fi struggle the hard road with 5 beginning. Our I see baby having baby. Nothing that happen no do.